The man slumped on the ground, wailing uncontrollably. It wasn't because he had killed his wife, who had turned into a zombie, with his own hands. It was because she had bitten him, which meant he would soon become a zombie too. Looking at his 8-month-old daughter not far away, Mark felt a deep sense of despair. His daughter was so young. If he himself turned into a zombie, how would she survive? So, he took off his wife's countdown bracelet and put it on his own wrist, deciding to use his final moments to take his daughter to a safe place. At this thought, Mark couldn't help but smile. This was the last thing he could do for his daughter. Halfway through their journey, they encountered an abandoned truck, completely unaware of the zombies behind them. Fortunately, an old man shot the zombies just in time, saving them and taking the father and daughter back to his home. Mark thought he had met a kind person and planned to entrust his daughter to him. However, at night, while Mark was fast asleep, the old man locked him in a cage. When Mark woke up, he discovered that there was another little girl in the cage. The girl told him that the old man was a predator who used live humans to attract zombies and then took the opportunity to loot the money from the zombies' bodies. As the zombies drew closer, the clever Mark tied the rotten meat from the cage to a rope and threw it forcefully towards the zombies. As expected, the zombies began fighting for the meat like crazy, and the cage door was pulled open. Mark quickly took the opportunity to escape with his daughter. They decided to head to the girl's tribe, but as time passed, the virus slowly invaded Mark's body. His right leg had already begun to stiffen, so he had no choice but to find a stick to support himself and the girl as they continued their arduous journey. Mark tried hard to suppress his craving for blood, but he couldn't bear it any longer. He took off his shoulder strap, gently put his daughter down, and knelt weakly in front of the girl, begging her to take his daughter back to the tribe. Then, he gave his daughter one last kiss. By this time, the virus had taken over Mark's entire body. Rotten fluid continuously seeped from his eyes. He wiped his face, and his vision gradually blurred, but his sense of smell became more and more acute. Mark looked at the rotten meat in the grass, and a primitive impulse gradually rose within him. He gasped desperately, forcibly suppressing his appetite. Then, he struggled to take a few more steps forward, but he really couldn't hold on any longer. On the brink of death, Mark saw the wooden stick in the girl's hand and then looked at the rotten meat on the roadside. Suddenly, he had a bold idea. He wanted to do one last thing for his daughter. Mark tied his own hands, put something in his mouth to seal it, and then carried his daughter and the girl on his back. He tied a piece of rotten meat to a branch to guide himself forward. He had become a zombie who only knew how to chase rotten meat and, at the same time, a walking machine that would never stop. A zombie carrying two living people slowly moved forward on the vast wilderness. After walking for an unknown period, they finally encountered the tribesmen from the girl's tribe. Everyone was stunned by what they saw. They instantly understood what had happened. Rotten meat as a guide, carrying a heavy load and moving forward, this was a father's final act of love for his daughter in his dying moments. The tribesmen rescued the baby, gave the man his final relief, and adopted his daughter on his behalf. The group gathered together, enjoying a brief moment of peace and tranquility. The women all loved this baby very much. They inadvertently lifted the baby's clothes and discovered a sentence written by the man on her belly. "Thank you."